Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Papa Boris here, playing some more Into the Breach. Baby woke up at 5 a.m. today, which means one of two things. Either this nap will be extraordinarily long and I'll get lots of time to play, or he's going to wake up in like 30 minutes and just be an absolute devil. Anyway, in our last game, we got a fully upgraded Harold Schmidt, who is one of my favorite pilots. I love this ability, and he got two good upgrades too, but I'm going to dump him because I really want to play with this squad, the Hazardous Mechs, and plus it's good to sometimes do a run without a fully leveled up pilot at the beginning. It's more of an honest way to play. The two most expensive squads, in my opinion, are not necessarily the strongest. I do happen to like them. They are both among my favorites. I think the cost, though, is not so much to reflect power level as it is to reflect difficulty of learning. The Rusting Hulks are cheap, but very strong because they're fairly easy to play. The Hazardous Mechs, as we'll see, are a little bit double-edged. Now, the reason that playing as the Hazardous Mechs means I can't play Harold Schmidt is that the Hazardous Mechs are what we might call a non-pilot agnostic squad. Pilot agnostic, what I mean by that is that you can pick whatever pilot you want, whereas with the Hazardous Mechs, you pretty much have to play as Abe Isamu or one of the secret pilots who are very, very difficult to unlock and whom I haven't unlocked yet. I would be very lucky if I unlocked even one of the three on camera. We'll talk in a moment about why that is, but let's get into the game so that we can talk about the weapons with the ability to see the upgrade paths. Okay, so before we pick an island, let's take a look at the weapons and make sure I actually remembered how to do that this time. So why do we need Abe Isamu? Well, the Hazardous Mechs are a squad with self-damaging weapons. Two of the three mechs have weapons that damage themselves. The Prime Mech, called the Leap Mech, has hydraulic legs. It's a jump at any distance. It damages and pushes all adjacent tiles, and it damages himself. The upgrade path for this is you can add +1 damage to all enemies and to yourself, and then there's an upgrade for 3 power cores that only increases the damage to the enemies, not to you. So for 4 power, you get a 2 damage upgrade. It's actually not that good. There are some mechs that give you 2 damage for 3 power, and without any self-damage. So 4 power for 2 damage, and with a self-damage is not that great, but at least you can get that damage bonus right off the bat if you are so inclined. So this is why you need Abe Isamu. His mech gains the armored ability, which means incoming weapon damage is reduced by 1, and that includes self-damage. It does not include damage from spawning Vex, like blocking spawning Vex. It does not include damage from fire or from pushes, or other weird sources like that, just weapon damage, but when you self-damage yourself with an attack, that's considered weapon damage, and so this blocks it. And that's why you really have to have this guy or one of the secret pilots who have other damage mitigating abilities. Now, the other mech with self-damage is the Unstable Mech. I'm probably just going to end up calling it, I don't know, the Brute, because it is the Brute class. It's like a cannon mech. It just shoots a projectile. The projectile does 2 damage, which is pretty strong, and it also pushes the mech backwards, which is a hindrance about as often as it is a benefit, maybe even more so. This is actually, maybe not that good of a weapon, to be perfectly frank. If you remember with the Rusting Hulks, there was a mech that did 2 damage as an artillery shot, and it also pushed the enemy, and it even farted smoke out the butt. So it was a really strong thing with an extra advantage, and there was no self-damage attached to that. Plus it was artillery, which is generally better than projectile because of course it can go over obstacles, and usually that's worth it for the loss of the ability to target the enemy adjacent to you. So this is maybe a little bit on the underpowered side, but overall I like this squad a lot. I like the idea of the hazardous mechs that do damage to themselves as well as to enemies, and I think the designers did a really great job because in addition to that, there's also this kind of wet and wild flavor to the squad. I mean, if you go back to the Prime Mech, you damage everything around you and you push every enemy near you, which sometimes causes enemies to be pushed into buildings. Between not being able to land next to buildings and also not being able to land next to an enemy that's next to a building, it's very, very difficult to prevent damage to buildings with this squad, which is kind of fun. You kind of have to just give yourself over to it, and just accept the fact that you're sort of a bull in a china shop, and, some buildings are going to get destroyed, and it's all in good fun as long as you don't think too hard about the fact that hundreds of people are dying. One thing I should mention about the Leap Mech is it does have a base movement of 4, which is pretty strong. That's not something you typically see. The Cannon Mech has only a movement of 3. It has the same exact upgrades as the Leap Mech, where 4 power for 2 damage, one of which is available immediately if you're willing to accept damage to yourself. Now, by the way, this would just be an absolutely terrible squad if not for the Science Mech with this upgrade. Whenever you deal a killing blow, you heal. And this actually works from death. So if you would actually kill yourself with your weapon, but you also kill an enemy at the same time, you do heal up from death. And you can pay 3 power to upgrade it to a healing of 2, which you should do at some point. This mech also has a nice benefit of 4 movement, so it's a fairly mobile squad as well as a powerful one. Now the Science Mech's weapon is not super great, but then again, science class weapons are usually not that great. I think they have the common theme of never doing any damage. This pushes, which does give you some chance of killing enemies by pushing them into something, or like pushing them into water, like pushing them into an obstacle for 1 damage, or pushing them into water for an insta-kill, and it applies acid. Acid makes them take double damage from weapons, and that's actually kind of important if we take a look at our achievements. One of them is to deal 8 damage with a single attack. Now this means, for the most part, the way you'll do it is you'll apply acid, and then with a fully upgraded turret, you'll deal 4 damage doubled to 8, because this is a base damage of 2. If you get both damage upgrades, it's 4, and 4 doubled is 8. So it's not too hard of an achievement to get. You just have to make it kind of far with them. There's also finished 4 corporate islands without a mech being destroyed at the end, so that's fairly easy. You just have to, make it to the end and do a 4-island run, which I will try to do. So these 2 objectives, they're not hard in the sense that you don't have to go out of your way that much to achieve them, but you do have to play for a long time. And then heal 10 health mech, or heal 10 mech health in a single battle. That's not too hard as long as you're, again, pretty far along in your run and have gotten this upgrade. So the achievements are all pretty straightforward for the squad, and I'd actually kind of like to get all 3 during this run if I possibly can. One strategy is, where do you put Abe? Do you put him in the leap mech, or do you put him in the cannon mech? And the thing is, I like to put him in the leap mech simply because the leap mech does less damage, so it's less likely to kill an enemy, so it's less likely to get healing. And so for that reason, I'd rather have the damage blocking on him than on my brute. But there are people you'll see online who argue to put him on the brute. I'm sure it's probably just fine either way. Okay. So let's take a look at our options here. We have a Scion leader here, and the Scion that increases health. This is a Scorpion leader and a Blast Scion, so the enemies explode when they die. I'm always afraid of that one. This is a Hornet leader and the regeneration. I think we're going to go ahead and start here because the regeneration sign is the weakest, and I'd like the Hornet leader. Here we have, I think that's a Spider. It's the one that launches webs. I really, really hate that one, so we'll save that one for the end. Plus the armor Scion is a bit of a bitch. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. So, there's a lot of stars available. In fact, we could get 2 stars every single mission if we so chose. Freeze and defend both robots, a little bit tricky. It's just, this one is so contingent on how things start. Wait, are there? Okay, there's 1 enemy and just the robots. The nice thing about this squad is I do have 1 unit who can actually just push without harming. Sometimes the way these robots situate themselves, you can end up in a lot of trouble if you, if they're both attacking buildings, say, and you can only freeze one of them, then the other one either you have to let it hit the building, or you have to just kill it, which is bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everybody near the front. The reason for this is simply so that the robots have as high a chance as possible of attacking my guys instead of attacking buildings, so that I can freeze one and hopefully push the other. Okay, well, so my dream kind of came true. One minor little problem is the fact that there's buildings behind both of my guys, so I can't just take the hit. So I probably should have thought about that. Yeah, actually this is really hard because there's a building in every single lane. So no matter where these guys shot, they were going to be hitting a building. Okay, well I think I'm going to have to freeze this guy because this laser beam attack goes through. This guy, we're just going to have to take the heat. Now fire is a little bit scary because when you get caught on fire, that goes through armor. So it's obviously a little bit of a problem. But who do I want to have take the fire? I don't have to have anyone take fire. Does this guy fire on me? No, it does. It does. It causes target. So even if I weren't standing in the forest, it would still cause burning. I could just have my leap mech do it and just take the fire. Then every time it kills something, it'll heal, and I can maybe spend a turn repairing if necessary. A bigger problem actually is how the hell I deal with this guy. Shoot, this is actually a problem because these robots are blocking my cannon mech's ability to get over to this thing and kill it. Ah, crap. My guy can get next to it, but that doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I can push it back a square. It'll still hit a different building. I can push it forward a square, but I can't get... Oh, wrong place. If I had started this guy over here, I could have flown him behind. And, you know what I'm going to have to do? I think I'm going to have to just shoot and push this robot so that my brute can get in. Oh, but where do I... Wait, I'm freezing this guy, right? Can I freeze him and push him? What if I do like this, push him here, have the freeze robot come out here, push it, or freeze it, then my brute mech... Ah, the problem is the backwards shooting thing. Because my brute mech has a movement of 3, so it can only stand here, and after shooting this thing, it'll push back and hit this building, or it can go here and shoot from that square, and then it'll push back and hit that building. Wow, that's so annoying. Oh god, this is just a hell of a start. Do I really just have... Okay, no. There's one thing I can do. What I can do is I can use my leap mech, jump on this square. No, I can't jump on the square. It'll destroy the time pod. Okay, I can jump on this square, push this thing here, and then it'll whiff, block a mech from spawning, and die. I'll then have to have my unstable mech get in the way of this robot and catch fire, and I'll freeze this thing. It does leave me with a free movement for the nano mech, which I can't do anything super impressive with. But I still think that's my best option. So we'll do this. Do this. Come out here. Freeze this guy. Well, I could, I mean, I wish this guy could just pick up the time pod. I guess I could use either one of them to block this shot. But if this guy gets hit with burning, then he has to spend his next turn healing himself. Okay, so we'll use you to block this thing, and then you, what are you doing? I wish I could get onto this square. I guess we'll just get this thing into position. And I'm actually just going to push this frozen robot in front of a building to stop enemies from standing next to that square and stop them from getting over here. That might have some value. You don't need to do anything, so we're done. Okay, bit of a tough start. Okay, but luckily we just have one enemy to deal with on this next turn, which is good. Okay, so let's take a look at the situation. Will you just die? No, you can kill this and stay at 2, then the fire takes you down to 1. So yeah, you can survive one more turn. Okay, so let's do it as follows. Actually, I don't have to shoot and kill this. I can heal and repair. Maybe that's the smartest thing to do. Let's go here. Freeze this other robot. Let's go here. Oh, can I not get there? Oh, because the Scion's in the way. Ah, Jesus Christ. Shoot. I can't even get to a square. Well, then I might as well kill the Scion, right? So I'll use you to block a spawn. I'll use you to block a more central spawn and repair. And then you can kill this thing. Heal. And then you'll have to repair next turn. Or kill something. No, you'll have to repair next turn, because the fire will take it down to 1, he can kill something and stay at 1, and then he'll burn to death. So that's bad. Okay. So it's a little bit scary that I'm going to have 2 enemies here spawning, but I do have this freezing robot to help out with that. I can freeze one of them. Ooh, okay, this could be good. So it seems like I can leap onto this square. It doesn't kill this guy, but it does kill the spider and pushes this thing out of harm's way, and it heals my guy, so I'm going to just do that. I'm not going to think about it too much. Barmp. And you. Well, I could just go here, grab the time pod just to be safe, and heal, and use my little freezy bot to just block a spawn. This thing is... Oh, I should have made it so that he could... Yeah, I should have tried to... I don't know if it was possible, but I should have tried to position him so he could get over to the spawn square. That would have been smart. Okay, so we have to repair. And then you... block a spawn? I mean, I'm going to be a little bit greedy. I'm going to use the freeze bot to block the spawn. The safer, more conservative line would have been to use this guy to block the spawn and use the freeze robot to freeze this enemy, taking him out of the fight. But I'm just going to gamble that I can take out 2 enemies. One of them only has 1 hit point. Ooh, this is a little bit scary. Oh, gosh. Shoot. Oh, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. Okay, this is close, but I can stand here and shoot him like that. And then I duck backwards, catch fire, but I heal for 1. So I'm going to be okay, because I'm going to be on fire, but I will heal back up to 2 and burn down to 1, so I'm fine. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to actually use my science mech to kill this guy with a push. Yep, I'm okay with that, because the science mech is the hardest one to level up. And you can just prepare yourself, and okay, that was fine. We killed everything. And got the mission. It was just a little bit hairy for a little bit. Oh, and there was also a time pod. So that was good first mission. I'm glad that was the first mission, because if it had been any harder, that could have been very bad very fast. Ah, I got the worst weapon in the game, the grappling hook. Well, might as well equip it. I have the right class as mech. Now the question is, where do I install my new power core? The +1 damage each, you pretty much need to, you know, get the health bonus before you can do that. Now with the leap mech, you could, because I've got Abe Asamu on it, so if I'm dealing 2 damage, likely to kill something, and I heal, I could just basically turn into a regular mech without an upgrade. Without the fortification. It's tempting. I could buff this guy's health. I could buff this guy's movement. There's a lot of different things that are good to do. Let's just go ahead and buff his movement. I mean, you can play for a while with the base damage. It's not super urgent. Defend oh, that's a tough one. These are the ones that spawn the robots. And then this is defend the robots. Defend the robots. These are the robots that leave ice mines. High threat, though, is a bit scary. Let's do this one. This should be easier. Even with the spawning robots. 3 enemies. Okay. So, what do I want to do here? I don't want to bait the spider. So I'm going to put my stuff over here to be out of reach of the spider. And the science mech flies, so we'll go there. So I'm hoping that the leap mech will be able to kill the robots as like a kind of collateral damage situation. Like, for example, here I can leap and kill the spider and this robot at the same time. Can I deal with the other things? Well, this is actually a wasted shot, so I'm just going to do it. It's the Hazardous Mechs, baby. Let's live by the seat of our pants for a second here. And now this guy's going to have to do some work. I'd love to stand here and shoot this guy, but oh, I'd push back into the building, so can't do that. I can actually go here and shoot him, but then I'd push back into the mountain. So actually, I can go here and kill this guy, but this is the guy who's wasting a shot. However, yeah, this is fine. I'll go here. Well, no, I need to move this guy in first. Although it would have been fine either way. Let's push you like this, and then you. Kind of a shame I'm actually killing this guy. Wouldn't have minded having him go onto the spawn and block the spawn, but that's fine. So now we just have 2 enemies to deal with. And this one is not a very scary enemy. It's only going to have 1 hit point. It's the next round where there's going to be a bunch of spawns that could get a little bit harder. Uh-oh. Oh, he chose to freeze the building instead of freezing me. Eee. That's a bit awkward over here. Not the easiest spot to get rid of. I can't push it into this building. I can't really do anything about it except for use my leap mech to jump like to this forest, which would mean catching fire. That seems kind of stupid. I might as well use just my leap mech to kill both these guys. And I can, yeah, block spawns with my other guys and just let the robot happen. Okay. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, no, I'm good. Sorry, I hallucinated for a second there. Let's just jump here. Pop. And block some spawns. Oh, you know, I could have actually used the grappling hook, which I could kill it. I could grappling hook it to this square, move my science mech to this square, and push the robot into my brute. No, I'm gonna let the robot spawn. I'm gonna gamble that the robot is not gonna be as big of a problem as a spawning enemy, which is what I'd have to allow to happen in order to kill this robot. Okay, this thing is wasting its shot. Perfect. Okay. Let me think about this. I could shoot this. No, that's stupid. I'm gonna just not think about it too much. We'll do this. Push this that way. Use my elite mech to take care of both of these assholes. It does mean catching fire, unfortunately, but there's only 2 turns left, so I'm hoping I can make it. And then we'll go here. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this. Let's use this grappling hook so that we can block 2 spawns. And so now the robot that's gonna spawn from the factory will never activate, so I no longer have to worry about killing it. And one of the enemies that spawned is a sign, which doesn't actually do any damage. So we just get to relax and win. Okay. You have 1 hit point. Can my leap mech get over there? Yes, thanks to its 4 movement, it'll be able to jump to this square. So this, I think I'm just going to kill with my pusher by pushing him into the water. Because the pusher science mech is hard to gain experience with. So you could also kill it. Who do I want to get the experience? I think they gain experience at roughly equal amounts. Oh wait, I can use you to kill the Scion. Right? I shouldn't have put my science mech here, but I'm going to get away with it. Because I'll do this. I'm going to die and heal. See? Like that. And then the elite mech will go here and finish off this dying hornet. See? Alright. Pretty good. Killed everything. No one died. Mission accomplished. Feeling pretty good about it. And what do you got over here? Break 5 buildings. I always have such trouble with this mission, because it seems like in some cases the enemies are just constitutionally incapable of targeting the damn buildings. But this is one case where it is nice to be the hazardous mechs, because it's like you sometimes can't help but damage buildings as these guys, and that can make it a little bit easier. Again, my strategy with these is that if they're targeting a building, let them target the building. Because sometimes you just find you cannot get enough buildings out of the ice. Let's see here. I could actually jump here and do 1 damage to both of them. This guy would actually end up breaking that building. Interesting. I could even push this thing into the building first, and then jump here. This thing would live and break that building. This building would be broken. This thing would die. And I hate to kill this thing, so what I might do... Yeah, I'll do it like this. This is maybe not the best play, but I really just want to break these damn buildings out of the ice. I'm going to do it like this. So now we've got 3 buildings broken out of the ice. And I'm going to do this. This is very risky because my guy's going to drop to 1 hit point, which could potentially be a problem. But I've gotten all the buildings out of the ice. So now if I can just deal with 3 enemies, and with the fact that this thing is down to 1 hit point, I'm going to be okay. Okay, Scion actually I'm pretty happy to see, because the regeneration, it's not like doing any damage, it's not hurting anything. So I think that's generally good for me. Okay, well, how do we do this? The buildings are all out of the ice. Elite mech can jump onto the forest, kill the Scion, kill this. I'd like to have this guy kill 2 things, though. So what I'm going to do... is this. I'm going to fly here, push these 2 into each other, go here, do that, killing all 3. And healing up to full. I am on fire, but I think that might have been worth it. Now I'm going to use my leap just to hop and block a spawn. So this is now just going to be 2 enemies. There's 1 more spawn. I might even have a chance to heal this guy. We'll see. Okay. Well, let's not overthink it. Let's just go here, kill the spider, give experience to my science mech. Take advantage of the fact that this guy's wasting his turn, and just block a spawn and heal, and heal, and heal. So there's no new enemies coming. That means on the last turn of the mission, it's just going to be this 1 guy. And there's absolutely no way, unless the cosmic fabric of the universe breaks apart, that I'm not going to be able to deal with this. I'm going to go ahead and give the experience to my science mech with a push. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so now the main question is whether I go for that tough mission and greedily try to grab the extra star. Because I can just get 1 star. The only difference between these, like this one's a really easy one, just taking less than 3 grid damage. This is just 1 extra star. Well, you know what? That's why they pay me the big bucks. Let's go for the hard mission. Okay, so these guys, the way they work is they move to a random square within their movement range, and they leave an ice mine behind. And if enemies stand on them, or if you push them onto the ice mines, they freeze, which can be advantageous. But with the positioning of these robots, I'm not sure how well I'll be able to take advantage of it. I could bait this Leaper by putting a guy here. I don't really see the point of that, though. So we'll put the Leaper in the back ranks. We'll put the Brute forward, because the Brute has a harder time getting into position. And we'll just stick the Science Spot here. Let's see how it goes. So the Scion, I'm hoping, because it's just the regeneration sign, I'd like to just ignore it and let it stay. This guy is a scary one, because 4 hit points is a lot to chew through. Luckily, he ended up wasting his attack. Unfortunately, the Scion got frozen, which I guess is in keeping with my strategy of keeping it alive, but I would rather like an actual dangerous enemy had been frozen. Well, beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so what do we do here? One thing we could do is we could push this crab onto the spawn and block a spawn. I could then just shoot the spider with my Brute, and I could use my leap guy to jump here and do 2 damage to this thing. Yeah, okay, why don't we do it like that? I'm going to do that first. And then we'll push. Now, this thing is not going to die because it is going to regenerate, which is unfortunate, actually. But at least it being here made this take an extra damage. I can't do this, I don't think. Oh, I can, interestingly. I can do that. I think I should do that. I was thinking of just killing the spider, but my backwards bump into the spider deals a damage to the mech, but then it kills the spider, so I get an extra heal thanks to the regenerative nanobots. And the backwards push does not itself... Oh, it does cause a push. No, it doesn't. It doesn't cause a push. See how the spider's not being pushed into the robot? Yeah, I think that's worth it. Let's do this. It kills a dangerous enemy. I'm at full health. Makes some water, which might be useful to push enemies into. I think that was a pretty good first turn, all things considered. Oh, that's actually pretty bad. I didn't want this thing to get frozen. I would much rather have killed it. Oh, the spider's gonna unfreeze it for me? Very interesting. Okay, so this is one of those cases where you kind of just want to block as many spawns as possible. But it's hard to do anything productive. I can't shoot this guy so the spider kills it, because then it'll get pushed into the building. Can't shoot this guy because it'll get pushed into the robot. It's great. Yeah, it's just sort of annoying. I could just let the spider kill this. The alternative is to push the spider into this, which would break it out of the ice. You know, I think that might be worth it. The spider is among the more dangerous enemies. So let's block, spawn, block, spawn, give experience to my guy who has a hard time getting experience. And, yeah, that's it, right? Nothing else I can do. Oh, I can pull the robot in. What would be the point? I don't think there'd be much of a point to that. Okay, so nothing going on. The enemy is really hemmed in here, too, because of the ice, the building, my own guys. Oh, flying. Okay, well, if they fly, they can get out. Let's see where they decide to fly to. That's sort of awkward. Okay. I'd love to jump in here with my leap mech, hitting all these enemies, but that would actually push this Hornet into the bot, which is bad. I could slip my cannon mech in here, shoot this thing and kill it. Pushing backwards into this guy, which would not kill it. Although I could... Yeah, the regeneration is sort of annoying. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways I could maneuver things here. I could, like... Well, what am I doing with my leap mech? Lead Mech doesn't really have a lot of places it can go right now, unfortunately. It can hop in this exact spot, I guess. I can push the crab into this spot. I could shoot it with my brute, killing it and doing 1 damage to this. But I still can't leap into this square is the problem. But I can actually leap onto this square, push the guy here, and have it get killed by its friend. Actually, wait a minute. Do I need to do anything? What's the attack order? Ah, the crab goes first. I was thinking I could use this guy to kill off the crab, because he's got acid on him. But the crab shoots first, so the crab does need to get dealt with. So even if I push the crab into this square, it would do damage to a building, rather tragically. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is... What is this guy doing? He could just shoot the crab from where he's sitting, right? He'd go to 2, stay at 2, and then go down to 1. And then you can jump here. It'll put the thing there. Okay, let's try it like this. I'm not sure if this is the right move, but we'll just go for it. So we shoot, heal. You go here. I could acid first. Nah, I don't need to do that. Let's shoot here. So now these guys aren't doing anything really, and I can just hang tight, I guess. I could push them into each other just to kill one of them. Sure. Wait, have I already moved? I've already moved with this guy. Oh, interesting. I could shoot him out of the way. No, that's dumb. Okay, so I guess you're just sitting there. Okay, I probably thought way too long about that move, and it didn't matter that much at all, but we just have 2 hornets and 1 more mystery enemy to deal with. That should be fine. Because this is the last turn, there's no more spawns. And the robots are definitely safe, so I just need to make sure buildings don't get damaged. Oh, that's awkward. This is very awkward. Oh my god, I might not be able to deal with this. Shoot. Okay. Wow, I am impressed, game. I am very impressed. So this hornet's threatening that guy, and this hornet's threatening a building. And I can't jump here, even if I were willing to do damage to the building, because that would kill this robot. How do I deal with this guy? I gotta shoot him with my cannon, I think. But how do I deal with these guys? These buildings prevent me. Oh, wait, I could use my MVP grappling hook. The problem, though, is that this guy is just a major issue. Because I can't jump here with my pilot mech. I can't jump here because it would damage the robot. I can't move this hornet. My pilot mech, or my leap mech, cannot deal with this hornet without damaging something. In fact, I can't deal with it at all. I'd have to just leave it where it is. Even if I jumped here and damaged the building myself, the hornet would get pushed here and then damage the robot. So I think this hornet I just got to leave alone unless I'm missing something. I mean, I could grappling hook him, but then this is an even worse situation. There's so much bad shit happening. In fact, this is my top priority, right? This hornet attacking this robot. That's just very, 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 very bad. I have to do something about that. What can I possibly do about it? Well, I can't do anything with this guy. This guy has to get grappling hooked. That's just what has to happen. I don't think there's any other way. I mean, thank goodness I found the grappling hook, I guess. Because I cannot deal with this guy in any way that does not damage the robot. The only option would have been a bold jump into this square, but that would actually still push this robot. And I can't push that robot. Yeah, I was too complacent. Wow, I should have tried to kill more of the guys or something. Because these hornets, just by their ability to get to wherever they wanted in the configuration of the map, really caused headache for me. Okay, so let's pull this thing away from the robot. Now, can I reduce? I'm about to take 2 grid damage. Can I take off even 1 of those? Is there anything I can do? Well, this guy can come here and shoot this thing into this square, and the pilot mech still can't do a damn thing about it. I can't jump here. It would damage that building. Can't jump here. It would kill the robot and damage the building. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my god, the baby's waking up. Okay, pause. Wow, 30 minutes. That's how long he was napping before he decided to wake up, but I rocked him back to sleep, so I'm hoping I can at least finish this video. I don't think I can stop this damage from happening, so I might as well get experience from it. Let's go ahead and shoot you into the building. Wait, oh, Jim! That thing is not at 1 hit point. Oh, that's great. That's good. Yeah, that thing's not dead. Okay, so we're still grappling hooking this. Apparently that was a very lucky pickup, the grappling hook. Now, I do kill that guy. We're the Hazardous Mechs. We're here to help everybody. Okay, and then this is just gonna happen. I'm Oh, hang on, I can actually... Oh, no, no. If I killed this thing by pushing him into my cannon, it would kill the cannon. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and hide in the ice out of pure shame. Wow. Regeneration ended up being very useful for my enemy. Oh, hey, they resisted. There's a nice little stroke of luck. Okay, so got a little bit lucky in that first mission, but, you know, that's just how it is with the Hazardous Mechs. Sometimes, you know, you just get screwed. Alright, see if we can avoid getting screwed too hard on our final mission here. With my little buddy the Hornet. I've got 2 spiders. Oh, jeez. Okay, makes it hard to place enemies. I really don't want to get frozen with this squad, though, so we're gonna take a little bit of a backseat approach. Which could bite me. Sometimes, you know, avoiding getting webbed by the leapers creates worse problems than getting webbed by the leapers would have been. Oh, please jump there. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. Okay, so a little bit good fortune has come my way. Actually, this is a spawning point. That's a lot of good fortune. So clearly, we're gonna jump here with my leap mech. Clearly, that kills the spider, pushes this boss out of the way. I can't apply acid to him for the double damage, but I'm not gonna complain. It kills an enemy, saves damage, starts on damage on the boss, and you know, makes it possible to block a spawn. I think what I'm gonna do here is get into position, move the spider, use my MVP 4 movement to kill the spider and block a spawn. Okay, so for this moment, we're going to have just the boss to focus on, and of course a zillion spawning points, but I'm cautiously optimistic that maybe I can actually just kill the boss right here. Damn, the fact that this is on fire really sucks. So what I'd like to do is move my acid bot here and apply acid to this boss, but then I can't even shoot the boss. Oh my lord, that's hilarious. Actually, what can I even... Oh my god. Well, the only thing I can think to do, I'm gonna just have to do it, is just to jump here, push the boss such that it catches fire, and I think I mean, I could shoot it with the cannon for 2 damage, but I'm going to take a little bit of risk. I'm going to block an extra enemy spawn. So now he's on fire and burning. The burning does not get doubled, but this blocks an extra spawn. I can also block this centralized spawn this way, so I'm going to get 2 extra spawns and the boss. Still hoping I can find a window to just hit the boss somehow, and that these guys don't do too much damage. Okay. So this guy's wasting a shot. It's great when the artillery wastes their shots because there's, you know, they can shoot pretty much anything they want to. So you're not wasting a shot. I think my leap mech is just on permanent boss duty. And luckily there's nothing in this area, so I could just keep pushing this boss around. And actually he's going to burn to death, which is nice because it splits the experience, giving my science mech a little piece of the pie. Alright, if you're going to stay here, then you have to heal yourself, but that means this guy needs to be dealt with, which I can't do. Because if I shoot him, he'll get pushed into the building, and if I backwards plunge into him, he won't die. So my guy can't stand here, basically, because he'll take 1 damage from this and 1 damage from blocking the spawn. I could do a little ring around the rosy, though. I could do this, heal, fly over here. Oh, no, I can't! Because if I push this guy, I'm going to die from the spawn. I wish I had bonus health. Crap. Okay, well, second best option then is this. So these guys just whiff, and at least I block 1 of the spawns. There goes the boss dying of fire. So we're going to have 3 enemies to deal with here. Ah, regeneration scion. Very nice. In the last round, this thing spawning is pretty irrelevant. Okay. Can I get a kill with my acid guy? Kinda. Well, no, I can't, because the kill will go to someone else. I don't think I can push this guy into anything. So we'll just do this. Let's push the scion in here, and we'll jump in there with some... Am I on acid? Oh, I just stepped into a pool of acid. That's not smart. It would have been fine, because I would have healed back up from death. And then you will just shoot and kill this guy. for the experience, and you will jump in here and kill both of them for the experience and some healing. Okay, perfect. So I had a little bit of a freaky mission there where I took a damage and would have taken a second if not for a lucky block. But all in all, a pretty good island. Can't complain too much. Mech reactor, very nice. And the bonus for the perfect... Oh, my boy, Harold! Okay, what do we got here? Punch an adjacent tile, damaging it, and pushing it to the left. So this is a, you know, this would be like kind of a conservative choice. It would give my leap mech a way of doing some damage without causing quite as much mayhem. This is a lot of power expenditure to upgrade it fully. That's 5 power. Let's take a quick look here. We have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Costs 4 power to fully upgrade this. Actually, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 more power that I can get. It's going to cost 4 to do this and 5 to do that, which means I'm not upgrading my move or my health. You can get an extra one if you get 2 level ups, even if one of them is +3 grid defense. The other one will either be move or health or an extra power. Although the extra power counts against your maximum, so it's not really extra. So basically what I'm trying to say is if I go for this and actually try to upgrade it all the way, then it ends up being a lot of power expenditure. What would this do? Well, this I could put on my, maybe, repair, or my science mech, and give him an extra ability. Although, this thing already has a push, so it's not quite as good. I can put it on my brute mech. I do love pilots, but you know what? Let's go for the fist. I am going to do a 4-island run, so it's good to have some place to put more power. I don't know if I want to power this right off the bat, though, is the thing. Let's take a look at our reputation. Oh, hang on, you already have +1 mech reactor. Okay, so I think we're just gonna almost definitely buy 3 of these reactor cores. I feel like I want to sell this grappling hook, but it did save me in a clutch moment where I would have failed a mission otherwise, so I'll hang on to it. What is this? Ah, it's ranged. Don't have a ranged guy, so we'll leave it alone. Frost beam. You know, it's a pretty good one. Freezing things is very strong. But my science mech is the one that's got the healing thing. I mean, I can put that to a different mech, of course, but it's good to put that on the science mech because the science mech has the fewest power core needs. Leap over any distance, dropping a bomb on each tile you pass. Why is this only 1 use per battle? Oh, it's leap over any distance. I see. That's very interesting, but I'm not going to get it. We're going to get the reactor cores. I'm not going to sell anything. And so I think I'm going to use a trick that I learned from a commenter. You just buy this weapon, and then you can sell it in the next island. It's better than spending a grid power on a defense that you probably won't need. So we'll do this just to carry over the reputation. And now we have 3 power cores plus this guy's power. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do this and this so that I get the extra damage on this attack. And I could do the exact same thing here. Other option is I could try to upgrade this thing, but we'll do that at the end of the next island. Let's go ahead and just upgrade my damage, taking advantage of the short-term ability to get +1 damage, even though in the long term it's not as good it's not as good efficiency as what some other mechs have. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.